Welcome, guys, to Big Beard and Friends, episode 258. And tonight, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I want you to know that first and foremost, that you matter. You are someone. And if you have a time in your life, like right now, where you are in a situation or a problem or whatever it may be, if you're struggling, I want you to know that you're not alone. I say that week after week after week, but it's true. Sometimes we need to feel time pass by ourselves. Kind of what I want to talk about tonight, alone time. Now, when I say alone time, I don't know what you think of. Most of you think about being alone, time spent by yourself, apart from others. Most of the time, people don't think much of it. Your private time, your solitary time, or the me time that you talk about, I think it's good for us. It's good for balance. I mean, you can balance out time you spent with others and yourself and, come back to what I call you, planet you. Mental health, it does wonders. Alone time can help you recharge. That me time that you want all the time or try to get, it can de-stress and recenter yourself. It's all right to come back, for real, to be, give you that space that you can think about your feelings and your experiences. A lot of us don't think about the alone time and how important it is. You might need alone time if you're feeling like agitated. I know I do, stressed, and I get fatigued, and I just want to be alone, which is weird coming from someone like me. I'm always wanting to talk, always wanting to make people happy, always want to make you laugh. But look, a lot of time the clown itself has to rest, The clown has to rest. The joker has to rest. The comedian has to rest. And sometimes, we can't distinguish like how alone time differs from isolation. And what's crazy is alone time is different than isolation. I don't think a lot of us get that. I don't think of it's an unhealthy detachment, I think, from social connections, because we do need it, whether it gets on our nerves or not. You got to have social interactions. That periods of isolation, you might stop participating in events that you normally enjoy, things that you love. But you might need that. You might need that alone time. You can schedule alone time. I know you're like, how do you do that? How do you do that, Big Beard? Well, if you recognize that you have signs of like overwhelm and stress, you can schedule some time for yourself. Try it. Just try it. You might enjoy reading a book, taking a bath, or even spending the evening on the couch. Believe it or not, I find myself a lot just wanting to lay down and take it easy. Truly relax. Which is hard. It's hard to do and hard to understand that we need that. A friend of mine one time, I told him we need some alone time, and he's like, well, what do you call alone time? Like, what do you call it? And I said, it's my private time. Well, what do you do in that time? It's whatever I want. It's private. Well, you're doing something you shouldn't be doing? Not necessarily, but it's my private time. I can be walking around naked, taking a shower. I said reading a book. I can be doing nothing. I could be in my robe all day, I think, when you think of alone time, I think he was getting it confused. Like, that's time spent by an individual, you, me, or a couple from others, That's what you need. It's your time. That's what it means. The time spent by an individual or a couple apart from others. That's it. What do you call it? I call it the time that we need. That's what I like. Is alone time normal? Alone time is a healthy way to recharge. I said it earlier, when you recenter yourself and de-stress, that can do wonders for us. Sometimes just saying hello to someone can make them feel better. Sometimes the alone time that we have to reflect about the conversation that we have, They say that the alone time is like the sixth love language. It's the hardest. There's one that's extra love language, and it's staring at us the whole time, and neatly summed up for what you need. In other words, it's that extra love language, and it's staring at you. That's what I'm trying to say. And we have known it. If you love somebody, sometimes you have to leave them alone. I want y'all to remember that. I'll say that one more time. I'll put it up here on the screen. If you love somebody, sometimes you just have to leave them alone. Okay? I don't know how many people value in this world the alone time, but if it's good for you and you don't want to be interrupted, let people know. Even if you can't be mean, or you don't want to be, a direct ass by the way you say it. Your self-reflection and your productivity is important to you. Relaxation. I mean, it can help you so much. It can help you feel more centered and balanced. And you're, like I said, the alone time, for me, the alone time, I'm sure it can be for others, helps me or helps you to understand yourself better. You dig? There's times where I just listen to music, which I do anyway, but I just don't do anything. I don't surf the internet. I don't get on my phone. I don't do anything. I want to, have that self-reflection time. For me, it can help you explore your other interest. Relaxation, self-reflection, productivity. Those are some of the benefits. Is it good for you? Was one of the questions. Yes. Emotional resilience, personal growth, self-awareness, stress reduction. These are things that will help you. I always find myself saying, who am I to understand others? I'm reading of online, and two, my experiences with alone time is it's good for you. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're going to. You make time for yourself. No one else is going to do that. You can go off with your friends. You can go off with your family. But let me tell you something. Nobody's going to watch after you more than you. Or they shouldn't. Alone time is yours for a reason. If you don't have alone time, get a place where you can come back and not worry about the stress, and make people leave you alone. Our mental status that I talk about often, did a show on it, I spoke on it. It's important. How do you enjoy alone time? Think about it. Focusing on yourself, doing things you enjoy, and creating a comfortable space. This is my comfortable space, my element. If I'm not in it all the time, I'm not comfortable. I mean, I'm comfortable a lot of the times, but There's times I don't want to do nothing. Alone time, folks, is what I'm talking about tonight. You dig? It is important. And I don't mean just like going with your family somewhere or going off with friends. I mean alone. Self-reflection time. That's what I call it. Call it whatever you want. You may be an introvert. Why is it important for an introvert to need alone time? To recharge and function well. The time allows them to restore that energy and engage in activities that bring them pleasure. From drawing to cooking to cleaning. To regulate your emotions is hard. To process experiences and stuff is it can be overwhelming. If it's a deep experience, sometimes introverts, and I'm reading this, they need more time to process. How much should you give your time? Alone time, yourself. Like how much? You ever thought about that? 30 to 60 minutes a day is what I read. 30 to 60 minutes a day. I mean, like reading, meditating, or simply just sitting quiet. It could be based on your personal needs, but 30 to 60 minutes, and do something. Give yourself, I say an hour a day. I used an hour a day to exercise, to work on my podcast or stories or shows. Sometimes I want to talk to friends. And sometimes I just don't want to do anything. I'm telling you, a lot of us are in relationships and you think that you can't get that alone time if you're in a relationship. How could I get that alone time? Why would I need that alone time, Big Beard? Why? Well, let me tell you something. Spending time alone, it is a way to relax or work on your hobbies or interests on that your partner might not be able to do or might not be into, or simply just do you some self-care. Self-care is important. You think what you want, do what you want, say what you want. You may also want to meet some family or friends without your partner present. I mean, you know, other relationships in your life require your time as well. Society often expects men to be the pillars, you know, of strength, right? Never showing that vulnerability or weakness, right? So society seems, but behind those closed doors, we're human too. We have fears and insecurities, doubts that they're just gnawing at us. And that alone time gives us that space to confront those inner demons without that fear of judgment. You dig? A lot of men walk around in fear of being judged, no matter what the image is. They just don't want it. They don't want to be judged. They don't like it. And insecure things. And it's real. Somebody told me, you're selfish if you want to be alone. If you have a family and you just want to be alone, you're selfish. No, let me tell you. I don't think it's selfish to want to be alone. It's compelling to think that our need and desire for alone time is selfish. But most couples can benefit from spending time on their own interests and hobbies. And maybe that's your problem. Just because you're married, you don't have to be stuck up under each other. I love my wife. I ain't spending 24/7 around her. If I can help it, if I have to, I will. She'll tell you the same for me, vice versa. I love knowing that you're just feet away, but I don't have to be right there at you. And then sometimes I just won't leave her alone. How do you tell somebody, though? You might ask yourself that. How do you tell somebody that you need the alone time? Well, it's a good question. And if you haven't thought about that and you want to go into the alone time, think about to tell somebody you need alone time. What would you hope the person would do? You would treat yourself. You be honest, for one, and direct, and using I statements to explain how you're feeling and why you need space. Okay? But clearly do all this while you're stating that you value your relationship and that this is about self-care, not withdrawing for them. Man, that's rough. To be up front, to say something to somebody like, oh, I've been feeling overwhelmed lately and I really need to do some alone time to recharge. A lot of people that hurts just hearing it. Just hearing the scenario, giving these examples. But you need to choose a calm moment to have that conversation. And be specific about how much time you need and what you like to be doing during that time. You can have some phrases like, can we talk? I've been feeling a bit overloaded. I think I need some alone time to decompress. I really value our time together, but I need to take a break to recharge and come back feeling refreshed. See, these sounds like they're hard to say, and some of them sound funny, but it's true. Would it be okay if I took couple hours to myself to do some quiet activities? Alone time is important. I try to get the alone time. You can tell others may even say, well, you do get the alone time. You go here, or we go there, or you go here. Look, alone time differs for a lot of people. I often say alone time, but if you want to feel good about yourself, do it. Being alone, sometimes they say, is a good thing. They say that there was this new study that said that women are happier single than men. So they find that this single women are happier than these single men. The more I say that, the more you think about that. I guess it's that maybe the support system that women have. Maybe they got girls. Guys got guys, but we're also miserable. I think the guys need that and want that female companionship. We need that. We need somebody to get on our nerves while we love them. We need somebody to be with us and watch after us. I mean, not that we're helpless, but we need that. You need to look at somebody and have a conversation with them. Even if they make you mad, we love that female companionship. And then it's your wife or a partner that you're going to be with for the rest of your life. That's even stronger. Females, period. All guys like to talk to. You don't mean you want every woman you see or you got a feeling for every other woman. It's a companionship. Camaraderie, I guess. I don't know. Do you only use that word at work? I don't. I know that if a man is alone for too long, not only will he probably be set in his ways and become in ways, but loneliness, they say, takes its silent toll on a man's mental, all men, their mental capacity and their health, like depression and anxiety. In extreme cases, that loneliness leads to places that it's not good. How much alone time is too long? Too much. It varies by person, but yeah, spending too much time alone can be harmful to your health, and even, it can do you good, but even jeopardize your relationship, something you're doing. I mean, alone time affects a lot of things in your life. There's factors that include, like I said, personal needs, lifestyle, relationships. I mean, these things are not, to be taken lightly by some. I had one of my friends ask me, and I'll say it like this. She said, why does her partner get upset when she wants alone time? And I, was reading, and I just answered a question, and I said that his anxiety might start to go up as he starts imagining he's done something wrong. So, may or may not get upset with himself for thinking he should be fulfilling your every need. If he's upset, empathize with him and show compassion. Say something, but don't get that confused. Still stick with your boundaries. Somebody messes up, you tell them. If you have to tell, like if you're the female and you're trying to tell a guy you need space, be open, honest, explain your feelings clearly, communicate exactly how much space you need for how long, while also acknowledging that it's not about him personally, but rather taking care of yourself, because it's there, you dig? So many of us walk around literally not having a thought that anyone cares. But they do, and they care enough to have this list and these things said to you to make you say, hey, how can I tell someone or that they are no longer needed? How about that? Because you want to be alone and you don't want to be around anybody. How do you tell them? Well, you can mention these specific contributions made by the person. That's one. Two, you can start with thanking and offering reasons for the disengagement. Bring up a change in circumstance, communicate with appreciation, leave a kind impression for people. Transmit as much warning as possible beforehand. Inform all the team members or the parties involved if it's at your job or relationship. You should dress up the bad news with positiveness. I know sometimes it feels like I'm going in circles, and we go in circles when I talk or we talk to, but what I'm getting at is alone time is important for every part and aspect of your life. Give yourself 60 minutes a day, 30 to 60 minutes, depending on your personal life. I promise it's going to work out. It's going to be all right. Things are going to happen. Folks, that's all I got this evening. This wonderful Friday, I hope that you have had a great week, and I hope you continue to be blessed through the year, the month, and things that are coming your way. May they always put a smile on your face the way most of you do others. If you're watching this and you're going through hard times, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's all I got for this evening. And what are those 3 words that I say every week? Love, peace, chicken grease. Later, guys, and thanks for watching.
Presentations.